Top stories of the night, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte plays as top contender in the presidential race, according to Pulse Asia survey. Metro Manila COVID-19 cases decreases, says OCTA Research Group. More than 600 cases of COVID-19 variants detects in the Philippines. Students who will join pilot run of in-person classes does not require to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Commission on Election and BANC extends voters registration. It will run on October 11 until the 30th of the month. We bring you the latest happenings here and all over the globe. Good evening, my name is Alvin Pelobello and this is Eurotv World News. Despite of seeking for re-election, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte remains as the top contenders for the presidential race. The latest Pulse Asia survey says Sara Duterte got a high of 20% on the presidential race amongst other presidential candidates. Former Senator Bongbong Marcos placed number 2 in the survey with 15%, followed by Acción Democrático candidate Manila Mayor Isko Moreno with 13%. In number 4 is Senator Manny Pacquiao of PDP Laban with 12%. Senator Grace Poe and Vice President Leni Robredo is at number 5 and 6th place, respectively. Another presidential candidate of Partido Reforma, Senator Fanpilo Lacson, is at number 7, while Senator Bongo, endorsed by PDP Laban as their standard bearer, is at number 8 spot with 3%. In the vice presidential race, Partido Reforma vice presidential candidate Senate President Vicente Soto III is in top spot with 25%, followed by PDP Laban Cusi's faction candidate President Rodrigo Duterte in the second place with 14%. In the third place is Moreno, followed by former Senator Bongbong Marcos. Senator Manny Pacquiao is in the fourth and fifth place, respectively. In senatorial race, broadcaster Rafi Tulfo and Taguig Representative Alan Peter Cayetano on top of the survey with more than 50% average. The survey was made from September 6 to 11, 2021, and more than 2,000 respondents were asked if who will they vote if May 2022 national election will be done in the present. The independent OCTA Research Group have seen a decrease in reproduction rate of the viral infection in Metro Manila. According to OCTA Research Fellow Dr. Guido David, based on the data of September 27, reproduction number in the region lowered to 0.94%, while the 7-day average decreased to just 4,000 cases. David says the goal for Metro Manila is to decrease the newly reported cases of COVID-19 to 3,000. David reiterates the alert level system has proven effective since they doesn't seen any spike of cases during the implementation. The average daily attack rate in the region remains under critical level despite of the current situation of the healthcare utilization in the metro, which is at high risk. David adds that it will take 2 to 3 weeks before seeing the decrease in the number of occupied hospital beds and ICU beds. The Philippine Health Department reports detection of 633 additional cases of COVID-19 variant. This number includes 339 new cases of highly transmissible Delta variant. 609 came out as the local cases. 17 are returning overseas Filipino and 7 are currently being verified. DOH says 186 of these new infections were Beta variant, 90 are the Alpha variant, 9 were P3 variant, and 1 Gamma variant. Out of 748 samples underwent genome sequencing, 633 came out as the variant of COVID-19. In total, Delta variant in the country stands at more than 3,300 cases. Beta variant with almost 3,000 cases. Alpha variant with more than 2,500 cases. P3 variant with 461 and Gamma variant with 3 cases. According to DOH, 616 have already recovered from the COVID-19 variant. 10 have died and 5 remains as inactive cases. The Philippines logs almost 13,000 new COVID-19 infections this Wednesday. The Department of Health reports 12,805 additional cases of the viral infection. Active cases in the country now stands at 132,339. And in total, the confirmed cases listed more than 2.5 million. More than 12,000 new recoveries adds into a total of over 2.3 million. 186 new death cases were reported, and the death toll stands at 38,164. National Capital Region had 75 COVID-19 occupancy rate, while 74 amongst ICU beds being utilized in the country. DOH says all laboratories were operational, but one laboratory did not submit their data in COVID-19 document repository system. The Philippine government approves general public and minors to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Presidential spokesperson Secretary Har Roque confirms the approval came from President Rodrigo Duterte. Roque says this is due to the large number of vaccine doses arrived and are expected to arrive in the Philippines. Roque urged the parents to register their children to get vaccinated against the viral infection. Vaccination program for general public will start in October.
Pero ang importante lang, dahil nandyan na pong supply at ang naging problema naman natin dati ay kakulangan ng supply, ngayong maraming supply, sisimulan na po natin ang bakunahan ng general population. Ngayon po meron po tayong sapat na supply, no? Pero ang pinaghahandaan po natin, yung master listing pa lang naman. Okay? So pag meron na po tayong master list, antayin po natin ang anunsyo kung sinong mauuna.
The approval of vaccination for public and minors came from the recommendation of the National Task Force Against COVID-19 Chief Implementer in Vaccine SAR, Carlito Galvez Jr. Galvez earlier said there are more than 60 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines that will arrive the late September and October this year. Moderna and Pfizer-BioNTech were the only approved vaccines for people aged 12 to 17 years old in the Philippines. Students who will participate in the pilot run of face-to-face classes are not required to get inoculated against coronavirus disease. According to Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere, this is due to the number of students who joins the face-to-face classes, and this is not the prerequisite for its pilot implementation. Students from kindergarten to grade school and senior high will be part of the pilot run. However, only 12 to 17 years old were the eligible ones to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Education Department earlier said teachers and school personnel who joins the pilot run of limited face-to-face classes needs to get COVID-19 vaccines, since the Health Department does not require a regular COVID-19 tests for those who will participate to the limited in-person classes pilot run. Voters' registration for 2022 national election is extended. This is after the Commission on Elections and BANC have both voted unanimously to extend the registration. COMELEC spokesperson James Jimenez told the reporters that the extension is approved unanimously. The extension of voters' registration runs from 11 until the 30th of October. COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon says there are no registration on the Saturday except for the October 30, the last day of registration. Guanzon adds the NBank came up with a decision as requested by the Senate. Last week, Senate of the Philippines calls the NBank to reconsider the extension of the voters' registration. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau returns on focus on COVID-19 after winning the election. Some of his priority getting back to work is the vaccination against COVID-19 of the Canadians. Trudeau also assures vaccination to those who belong in the federal public service as what he promised on his election campaign. Federal government aims to protect the frontline workers. Trudeau also wants to issue vaccine passports for the Canadians who will take international travels. He announces the return of Parliament after the fall season in Canada. U.S. President Joe Biden receives a booster shot of COVID-19 vaccine. Biden says, like his first and second dose, inoculation of his booster shot was made safe and easy. Earlier, Biden announces the incredible progress of vaccination rollout in America. The White House reports over 182 million Americans were fully vaccinated against the viral infection. Biden proudly announces that they have 80,000 available locations for free vaccinations over the United States within 5 months. Biden calls for the remaining 70 million people in America to get vaccinated against COVID-19. United States have started booster shot of COVID-19 vaccines. Now let's take a look at the current COVID-19 situations over the globe. That has been the stories of the night, news stories you need to know. You can always check out our social media accounts for the latest happenings over the globe. Thank you for joining me this evening. My name is Alvin Pelobello and this is Eurotv World News.